The piano playing of Bob James.
In this Australian night,
Teach me tonight.
they rode in cars unknown to parties and parks to drink, as they always did, bearing souls as they loved and hated in equal measure. In houses clinging to dirt they come from, and will return again, generations born and dying on those same lands now toiled on. Rest in peace. Others gazed at all the stars in the galaxy Milky Way, as lives were weighed by good or evil like hourglasses for the soul. They loved and fought, remembering who they were in moments of tempered heat, with adrenaline running forth, saying, I am alive, I live. Fire sprang up to burn all before it, leaving ashen remains of chair and table and bed. Lost lives committed to a heaven awaits. Rest in peace. Great stories were typed to be destroyed over and over. In thoughts, all had been written before in moments of doubt. Cars crashed into other cars, wreaking a havoc of meshed steel and glass, left on roadsides in spiderweb patterns of speed. Babies were born to mothers who lived without measure at this new life to scream and wail into the air, screaming, I am here. Prisoners slept fitfully in moments of grace behind locked doors, with their wrongs this personal purgatory of their own making. Then they ran till their lungs burst and their veins throbbed in an ultimate freeing of soul from body. For that one moment, you were free. Others spoke of great deeds done by the beautiful and the blessed. Evil held no mastery here when they told absolute truth. They wrote songs and sang of love and death, for what else was there between dusk and dawn of still hours? People slept in doorways and under bridges with no place to call home in the lucky country. Oh, they think it maybe once was and could be again. Love was promised to others under moonlight, a feeling like their heart broke with all before it and never again, the heart only bearing so much. Others found angels and demons in the world's forgotten places where they never trod or would ever again, in these places marked and obliterated from all memory. They swim in salty seas like a mother's womb, for they all return to the sea eventually, as it calls from afar, saying, Mind the moon, the tide will take you. Flying in planes to skip above clouds of stray cumulus, as night's frost gathered, dew on metal wings riveted and bent, designed to catch the winds in vital air. Factories turned out steel and handmade things of men, spewing spark and slag, and hammer and tong, the ebb and flow of electricity's life. Trains clung to rusted tracks like merchants on the Silk Road of rivers of spike and gorge, ferrying the living to cities of the dead, lit up in a final yellow glow. Lit torches showed the human prey of rabbit, fox, and two, in guns loaded with copper bullets intent on a moment of absolute velocity's flight. The men in streets under the lamps glowed to barter, to trade, to deal in commodity of soul, when nothing else was left for sale, and even this had a price. Televisions oscillated with dim light in lounge rooms where people gathered to escape lives for a fleeting moment in some great and final show. A king to come, once unaware of his path, found truth, and considered another that a king was made, not born. Sleepers slept in holy dreams and nightmares of past and future, repeatedly waking time and time again to the realities of their own lives. On dirt roads, people walked never feeling more alive and remembering something their father had said as a child, to never be afraid of the dark. Floods took tents and cars down bloated rivers in never-ending rain as people clung to bough and limb, some saved, others lost. Rest in peace. Fireworks fractured the air in 1,000 New Years, with resolutions, promises already forgotten, faces lit up with a child's joy. In strobe lights and DJ's beat, people searched for the one amongst everyone in that crowded room, by look, by feel, by gesture. They sat in darkness, waiting for the dawn by dying fires of lost names and tales of 1,000 tales to be repeated again and again. The words write on paper here, and here's to the lost ones and the found ones, or the ones that never return. Rest in peace. These years of life held hope for a golden eternity in magnificent glory forever and ever. Amen. In this Australian night.